You know, Minimax has a lot on their plate right now. I mentioned in my last video, Code Creation explained that Minimax hosted a competition where 6 fan-made level concepts would be chosen to be built into official levels, and these 6 came out on top. But what I didn't tell you is that every single one of them has a bonus, meaning that 12 levels come out of this competition. The only one we've gotten so far is Lab Confidential, so we still have 11 more to go, plus the Chess Fortress bonus level. So anyway, Minimax has 12 levels to make. I think the smartest decision would be to put aside all the fully original ideas for now so that we can focus on the code creation levels. And what do you know, they're shoehorning another level into this already massive assembly line of levels. And this time it's a dinosaur themed level. Now they already did this with Chess Fortress by releasing it after the entire Bilibili competition was finished, but I assume that the level was planned long before that, because the concept art had already been made. This level was clearly not planned before the competition. Listen, I get it that Minimax wants to make more of their own levels, but they made this competition for a reason, and the more they delay it with all these extra levels, the longer it takes for the foreign co-creation competition to finish, if they ever do that. Oh yeah, and by the way, they basically abandoned the original foreign competition and started a new one for absolutely no reason at all. And I really don't understand the argument, 2 levels is better than 1. Like, that's not how level making works. It takes time to make levels. If you make 2 levels, it takes twice as long. This is such a basic line of thinking, but I've seen so many people who don't understand that inserting all these extra levels takes more time. It's not like they can just manifest them out of the blue when they feel like it. Okay, well, halfway through editing this video, the level actually came out, and for some reason the chess bonus released in the same update even though the original video said otherwise. But now we can at least say that it was a good addition to the game, right? Now we can say that it was completely worth delaying the co-creation levels and exceeded all expectations because it was a great level. Right?
No.
Okay, I love Jade Rabbit and Horizon Cruise. I love how wacky and chaotic they are, and I love how much they deviate from the current accepted level style. And the creativity and immersion was unlike anything I had ever seen. And then Chess Fortress came out. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. And it's still an enjoyable level, not to mention the soundtrack slaps. But I just knew something was wrong. Something about the level felt off, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was in my last video until I saw Dinosaur Valley. Because Dinosaur Valley has the same problem as Chess Fortress did, except it's severely worse. Dinosaur Valley is the epitome of what happens when you take new ideas too far. Square knew exactly what made his previous levels good, that they were disorganized, exciting, reused old features from the game, and deviated from the norm of level design. But Dinosaur Valley takes all of these things and dials them up to 11, and it's just an absolute mess. There's too many reused features, and it's unlike any other level I've seen. The current accepted style of levels is what I like to call the FO18 style, because his levels are unconditionally praised by the Chinese community and have no suggestions of improvement whatsoever when it comes to his style. It's like any criticism of foreign levels can be traced back to his style, as if it's objectively perfect. My criticism of Dinosaur Valley is coming from a guy who doesn't accept that style as the best. I love Jade Rabbit and I love Horizon Cruise, and I don't judge any levels, Chinese or foreign, on how well they adhere to the FO18 style, but this level is what happens when you deviate too much from it. The level is just messy, unfocused, overstuffed, and convoluted beyond any other official level, even more so than a Halloween night, and the red theme just looks awful. The new mechanic is hardly a new mechanic at all, and oh my god, this part is just, wow. The shake effect is also absolutely atrocious. Overall, I'd give this level a 4 out of 10. There's some fun elements here and there. Wait a second. They brought back random gems. But at the end of the day, these levels that Minimax keeps shoehorning into their assembly line really take up time. The community knows what the co-creation levels are going to look like, and they want to see how they're implemented. The creators want to see how their ideas are implemented. But every time a level is inserted into the agenda, Chess Fortress, the bonus level, Interstellar, and now this, the co-creation levels get delayed, and that's a big problem. Because for every big project that gets delayed, whether it's Across the Spider-Verse, Security Breach, or Geometry Dash 2.2, the anticipation only builds up more and more. Because a product gets delayed, people expect it to be better. So I've gone over 2 reasons why this level worries me. Firstly, it keeps delaying co-creation, which means the levels take longer to release, which leads to higher expectations for the co-creation levels, and subsequently a higher amount of people being disappointed by the final products. Secondly, the level design style that Squirrel and his fellow Minimax editors have been following is starting to get too messy. It worked for earlier levels, but every new idea has a limit at some point, and they really seem to be crossing the line when it comes to badly designed levels. But there is a third reason I haven't mentioned yet, and it applies to not just Dinosaur Valley, but the last 2 updates as a whole. It's that the iOS updates are getting delayed. I'll dive further into this point in my next video on why they got delayed so much and why it makes me worried for the future of Rolling Sky, but I can tell you this right now. The reasoning is just flat out stupid. It's probably one of the most incompetent things I've ever seen from Minimax, and Square Root would actually agree with me. But again, I've been editing this video together for about a week now. It's long overdue, and I had to rewrite the script multiple times because of the untimely update release, so I'll go into this topic for another day. Well, we've made it to the end of the video. I want to make it clear that I don't actually hate Dinosaur Valley. I still play it and I still find enjoyment in it, and despite the level's many flaws, it at least had soul put into it, something that a lot of levels nowadays are severely lacking, both official and fan-made. Now, because I was going off on a rant about Dinosaur Valley, I really glossed over all the positives I had about the level, and I certainly do have a few. Firstly, the models in the level are some of the best I've seen from Minimax yet, even if the textures don't look great. Secondly, even though the level overuses different features for short periods of time and then never again, they're still generally fun to play, especially this one part which looks awful, but it syncs with the music so perfectly, which leads me to my third positive, that the music slaps. It's a really great soundtrack. I was worried that Minimax would struggle in the song making department with the entire original soundtrack team gone, but surprisingly the Minimax original songs have been mostly great. I want to end this video with something that's come out recently. You may have noticed, I certainly didn't notice this, that I'm actually at 5.97 thousand subscribers. And I can tell you, you're not going to believe what amazing 6K sub special video I have in store for you. Oh my, it's nothing. I have nothing. For some reason, even though my subscriber count has been sitting in that 5.9k range for probably months at this point, it never actually occurred to me that I needed to do a subscriber special at 6k. I guess I could have saved Loveful for the 6k, but maybe it's best I leave that one behind, since it gives off a very anime ooh furry vibe. And I'm definitely not that. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want. I don't really care, since the 6k sub special will definitely be delayed anyway. And I will see you in the next video.